Hey guys, it's Lori here with A Voice in the Dark, and it starts with us. And I've been doing a lot of healing, dealing with my shadow, and something that I feel so passionate about um, is democracy. And what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing it across the world, it's not just here in the United States, it's across the world, where who yells the loudest gets the toy. Or the mic for a few minutes. The thing is that everybody's yelling now from every corner of the world. People are yelling, wanting to be heard. And some that feel so invalidated that they've never been heard. We have people fighting for the rights of others. We have people fighting for food. We have people fighting for rights. People fighting for, well, you name it. They're fighting. And what I realized is that when people are lashing out, it makes other people mad. I get that. But what I realized is because they are so loud, we are failing to see where we yell, where we lash out. And I think the sooner that we see that in ourselves, the quicker we'll heal from it and find our true power, which is our voice, which is our vote, which is our ability then to lead. Democracy is meant to give haven to all types of religion, to all types of lifestyles. As long as you're being a good citizen, that's really the only requirement. Are you being a good citizen? There is a thought on the right side, the Republicans, the far right, national. To me, it's Hitler, but let it go right now. But what it really is, and Hitler had the same problem. He felt disempowered. He felt bullied. He felt unheard. And people are tired of being unheard and being bullied. And you can't come at the world this way anymore. It doesn't work because we can all fire right back. We all have a reason to yell. We all have a reason because we haven't been heard. We all are guilty of lashing out. And we are all more than able to sit still for a few hours and see it in ourselves. What is it you don't feel heard about? But get it down to the nitty-gritty and then get down to the feeling. It's that feeling that's going to set you free when you finally feel it and realize it. It's like an awakening. And I know you're tired of hearing the woke stuff. Well, thanks to the elite, everybody's, got a bad idea of what being awake is. Being awake simply means that you are aware of your true essence, and it is imperfect at best, but it is perfect in God's eyes. The universe sends us great love every day and energy. Some of us are feeling it. Some of us are feeling it really badly because it's bringing up bad energies within us, bad feelings. Those are the feelings you need to sit with and accept them for what they are. Fear. Afraid of something. Afraid of facing yourself, your own guilt and shames and inability to have boundaries or respect yourself enough to say no. It's a plethora of things. Or, you know, the shame of not standing up and being more of a woman gracefully. We each have male and female aspects within us. The masculine is the action, the feminine is the intuitive. There's a lot of lies out there going on, but we're going to get down to the basics. And lust is lust. There is no other way to expel that. Love and love making and sex with a wonderful, beautiful partner is worth waiting for. And it has no place in any religion at all, or any spirituality. That is a dark lord asking for something that doesn't belong to him. And the only way he feels he can get it is by being a lustful entity. I say screw him, not literally, but fuck him. Now, I've been watching over and over a plethora of things. We've got tarot readers on here that are really, really exceptionally good. And yet they are falling into, because it's wanted and needed, the going on about the karmic and the negative situations. I would love all the tarot readers to get back to the personal readings for that Scorpio. What is their next move for their soul? I know that others want the personal stuff coming up because it's part of the repertoire that we've grown up with the news and the media. To get into the negativity. Ha ha ha, sucker, you're going to pay for that what you did to me. Nah, 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 nah. You know, well, it's karma. Yeah, he's going to pay for it. You don't have to go, nah, 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 nah. It's just a sure bet. There's no getting away from it. But we need to realize that a democracy is for all of us, not just one side or the other. And if there's too much going on one side and it's not being done right, then bring it to the public more. There are common sense things that aren't being done, and there is a part of the New World Order coming in that's trying to change up how we do things systematically so that they can take over the world. That's the whole process there that we're seeing. And so the right Republicans on the right wing, they're right in a lot of ways. They're also wrong in a lot of ways. And we can't go overboard on the right swing. The reason we have two parties, and we could have three or four, but it just makes it more complicated. Two makes it good to come to the table. You both know what your needs are, what your constituents' needs are, and you're supposed to come to the table and cooperate. You're not supposed to make a stack of new laws or new whatever you call them, and then stick your shit in there that you know nobody likes and make it law, make it new for us. We need to get back to the basic Constitution, the original Constitution, the original amendments, and the original Bill of Rights. That's what this country needs, and I believe the whole world needs it. Every country should do this, and tell the New World Order to kiss your ass until they can live up to what you feel your standards are. We all have value. We are worthy of things, but we have to know that. So find out where your lack of worth is and see where it came from. Sit in it for a minute and let it go. And once you do, you start feeling lighter. As you're going through this shadow process of dealing with your own inner fears, insecurities, guilt, shame, it's all those negative emotions. It all stems down to fear of something. Because you feel powerless or you don't feel worthy. And you need to do it because when you do, you start feeling this lightness in your body, in your mind, and your aura. And it's just really worth the work. And then you can do it quicker than most. And if you don't shy away from it. I held things in all my life. I wasn't going to ever let another soul know that they hurt my feelings. Or hurt me, period. Physically, mentally, whatever. Emotionally. So I had a lot of crap to go through the last 9 years. But I've been going through it. And at the same time, I've been sharing things on here to help others. That we are not perfect. We are the perfect imperfection there is. Chaos is the only perfection in the whole universe. Did you know that? Sit and look at nature. Get down on ground level. That's what I do. That's where most of my artwork looks like. And look in. And see how chaotic it looks. Look at a person's home that you're not accustomed to. And look at the chaos. However, what is being created within that chaos? We fail to see the depth of what we're looking at. We just see surface shit. Well, surface shit ain't nothing. Anybody can dress up and look good. Anybody can wash their P's and Q's for a couple hours. Even I can't. I can't probably go without cussing, but they say a person that cusses like I do, you can totally trust. Because I don't know how to keep it any other way. But you need to look deeper at things instead of just what you feel it should be. The big thing that the right-wing Christians are concerned about, and that's what put them on this war wagon towards taking over the United States, so that the elite could not. Now, this has to be said. So the elite could not. Because their plan makes 2025 look like either a halfway decent appetizer or a halfway decent dessert. That's why they're doing this. They feel Christians are being picked on. They're not. All religions are. The New World Order wants to eliminate all religion. Now, I understand why they want to do it, because it would be a lot simpler if we were just ethics, in which that's what they want to install. More wars have been broke out over religious bullshit than any other subject, even greed. And it's sad that people feel so scared of what their life going to heaven's going to be like. They don't know how to live in this one. Let me tell you a few things. God loves you just the way you are. He knew you were here. He knew what the circumstances would be. He knew you were going to get your ass in trouble. He knew you were going to do stupid shit. He knew that you were going to try everything, because you're curious beings. All souls are. And we're excited when we first come here, and then we get a helicopter mom, and oh my God, it ruins that. Or you get a narcissist father or mother. And all that wonderful, cool shit that we were wanting to do as a soul gets buried in a bunch of pain. And I know all people in my generation grew up with the alcoholics. I even married one. Oh, Lord. Proud to say I'm divorced. Successfully. But so the premise here is that they are worried about losing Christianity, because Christianity is, to them, the best. Islam is the best to them, and Hindu, and everybody has their own best. The thing is God got us all that is. Source is above all of it. So come as you may, come as you might. God really doesn't care. because he knows your heart. That is the only thing that will stop you from getting into heaven. Did you know that? It has nothing to do with your deeds or this or that, unless your intention and your heart isn't there. You have to have heart to get in heaven. You have to have a pure heart. And it is a tough test to go through. And it's worth it. It's worth it because as you start to heal yourself, that is the first step in loving yourself, is to heal yourself. And there will come a point in time when you can just reset your body and in your mind and all your health and actually get younger looking. I'm 64 and I don't look it. I don't feel it. I'm getting younger every day. So do not think that this is about giving in to some almighty God. It has nothing to do with God. You're God. We all are God. Because we're all an integral piece of God. This is God experiencing life under your personality, under my personality. This is about expression, too. Now, we've done all the experience, and now let's do some expressions. How do we want to express what we've learned, what we've learned from? Do we want to help teach people how to heal? Do we want to help teach people how to have a better life, a more free, authentic self? I think so, because that's what we're all screaming for. So that's why I've been hell-bent on democracy. There are too many people in the world not to have some form of government. And if you keep a tight rein on your democracy, because ours was young and we were very successful, and it's hit a bad spot. But it's never too late to fix anything, and I think we will. And I think we will look at things, and we'll get out of the New World Order. We don't care about them. And if they don't like it, they can take their companies and get the fuck out of the country. But there's going to be changes either way. Either way. And if we take the time, maybe 30 days, to really hone in on who we are, what we're fighting for, what we really want, I think we will find that we want real news again. We don't want just violence all the time. I have white friends that they tend to go to the right-wing agendas. Only because all I've ever seen is negativity about blacks and the killings in the cities and this and that. I mean, I even got an ex-cop friend that told me once in a while, tells me the head count in St. Louis, because I live near there. Well, so the people that are like that, they've never had a black person in their life. Not maybe work with one here and there. I keep telling everybody, and I always tell my kids, I said, you're going to find bad in any color. It don't matter. A lot of it has to do with poverty, and you have to accept, you have to look at each person individually, because you never know. And some of the wealthiest people I know can be some of the most shittiest people I know, just because they can. And that's how they tell you. Very arrogant. And arrogance not going to get you very far, not beyond 3D. And we're going into 5D now. And this will be a place where we all get to heal. And we'll heal more rapidly because we will have more energies helping us that are more easier to get to 5D instead of 3D. 3D is almost a quarantine. But enjoy what you can right now. Enjoy this 3D miraculous world that actually has to give you whatever you want. So if you want more bullshit and more anger and more abuse, you'll get it. Whatever you focus on is what you get. But you will find that if you start changing that, change it up a little bit every day. Start with gratitude because that makes it easier. And once you get gratitude really honed in every day, meditate. You take 10, 15 minutes a day just to center yourself with God, source. And I like to go through, they've got a couple layers of crap we got to go through extra now. But I take my spirit all the way out to the central sun in the far reaches in the center of the universe. And that's where I get my love and healing from. So take your time for the next 30 days. Let the media and the circus show calm down, because you're not giving it any feedback. You're not giving it any attention. And then when we come back in 30 days, I think we'll be better people. And I think that we will be more prepared to communicate better with each other, to learn, how does Black people feel about racism against color, you know, from cops and from schools and everywhere they go. And yet it's been the rise of several Black people that encouraged me to be better. So, and I thought, after all they went through, you know, it makes everything I went through kind of not important. Although it was important because I experienced it. I will never shrink what any of us go through. It's ours. But how long we hold on to it is just silly, because life's meant to be had and played with and co-created with Source. So my big take on this is that democracy is wonderful when it's managed correctly. We kind of let things get out of sorts, but we can get it back. And I know this country is willing to suffer and strengthen itself from the inside out if it needs to. So, because if you think about it, this country was built by and for the rebels in the world. The ones that dared to try to get something better and different in their life. Willing to work hard for it. Very willing to work hard for it. Those are our ancestors. Let us not forget that. That we are able to come together as different as we are and look at everything in a practical manner again, and see where we're spending money in stupid areas, and stand up to those who are trying to make us conform to something we do not wish to conform to. And so we need to stand up with the Republicans, the Democrats and the Republicans, because we need both of them, not just one. And sometimes I think that if we had a third one, it would, you know, help balance things out even better. But that's not my total area. But I can talk about when people lash out and bullies, when they scream so fast and so loud to actually throw the other person off. And not to go, wow, I don't even know where to start with that mess. So ease up on the old man, Biden. But you need to look in the mirror and see where your faults are and what it is you want to be heard for, and how you want to validate yourself and your self-worth. Once you fix those things, the rest of the world will fix itself. It has to. It doesn't have any choice. That's the beauty of awakening. You're co-creating with Source now. And what you dare to dream of and dare to talk about that dream and dare to live parts of that dream as best you can every moment, then you really realize what being awake is. Now, I won't sit here and preach about religions because I'm not religious. I was born Christian and baptized Christian. I church hopped a lot, and I was given the beauty of a family that my mother taught Bible school, Bible study. So when she was younger, so she taught me about Jesus and the Bible. But then my father, he always talked about God too, how God uses us and this and that. But he always referenced God. My mother always referenced Jesus. And my dad had a guru at one time for a while, where I learned to meditate, and had a really cool guru. And my grandmother was born with a veil over her face, which means she's extremely psychic. It runs in our family. And I would talk about all my experiences with the paranormal, what you would call, you don't even know if it's real, right? Because you haven't experienced it, that's all. And but I would talk to my parents about that, and they always knew. They gave me the liberty and the freedom to study and look wherever I chose for my religion, for my spirituality. And I found a little piece in everything that I did study a little bit, or I looked at. And most of it just comes from my heart, an inner knowing. So I'm going to tell you now, you're all fine. You are going through stages of awakening where you have to identify, because you can't keep rising energetically into the other realms until you are capable of purifying your heart and all your little nuances, you know, your negativities and stuff. Once you learn that and you heal, you'll feel lighter than a feather. You'll feel like a new person. And as we do that, our country will become new. It'll become more pronounced and more profoundly fair, so that we all can exist together under one canopy of protection and of caring. That's what a government's for. Yes, ours got a little overtaken and out of its own jurisdiction, let's put it that way. But it can be put back and gently tap it all back where it belongs. And anyway, I just had that on my mind today, and I wanted to speak about it. We are all capable of doing horrid things, and we are all capable of doing wonderful things. This is the time point that we have come to as humanity to make a decision. Do we want to be on the horrid side, the horrible side, and still lash out and scream and shout and feel unworthy and unvalidated as a being? Or do you want to start feeling that self-respect, that self-love, where you actually heal enough that you can open yourself up and let God's love in? That is the road we're at. We're at the division point. And you need to make up your mind. I chose the light, and I chose the positive, the happy, the joyous. And we still get to create. but we'll be co-creating with God so directly and so immediately. It'll be so cool. So it's going to be ugly too in spots. So make your choice. Make your decision. You're worth it. You're worth the time and trouble. You are worth becoming the best that you can be. You have to believe. And you have to have faith in something bigger than you, that you are an integral part of, and you are never separated from, ever. So, because the kingdom of heaven is here. So start going through your heart on all your decisions and choices. Try to deep breathe if you're really mad or triggered, and feel why you're triggered. There'll be a little story behind it. You'll know. So, I guess that's all I got today. I love you, and blessings to all, and I'll see you on the next day. Talk to you later. Bye.